last year, 2023, money was budgeted for computer. If the evaluation and monitoring team of the president will look at the computer they are going to buy this year, that means 2025, they should not
They not have such.
But in the past, we have not been able to do that. Even when Buhari give all the ministers and the rest of them matching order, they must bring evaluation report of their budget. We didn't hear anything about it. And we want to know, want to agree that in this particular 2024 budget, a stop may come to that, when in the sense that by the time we now evaluate what is being done, we can now say, okay, last year, in 2024, we have bought the laptop or the system. 2025, we don't need to buy any system again. But if eventually that this monitoring and evaluation team failed because of political pressure, because the people who are going to be in that team are members of political party, and you know that in most times when political parties members normally just look for contract at the MDAs and the rest of them. So by the time there is pressure not to write the right report, definitely the president may not even know whether there was even budget performance or not.
The president did say that every MDAs are supposed to submit budget performance reports every month. How feasible is this?
It can work, but the question I asked when I had the opportunity of discussing this on another sister station is this. I think one of the key components of budget performance is quick, speedy, and timely release of funds. So is the president promised that money will be released to all these agencies at the right time? Then secondly, the other aspect which I also bring up was that I hope there won't be any political pressure from all the political actors in APC against or on top of this agency head, in a sense that they will begin to do shoddy and sharp practices in terms of budget performance, so that they can be able to carry out contract capital project fastly, quickly, so that they can make their money. And at the end of the day, there will be a shoddy job like the one we have in road construction in Nigeria. So those are the issues I raise. But I know that it's feasible, it can be achievable, but it also depends on what the president also wants from the person that will head the monitoring and evaluation team, who is the SA to the president.
I was just coming to that. Is you eventually took the words out of my mouth. You know, during the inauguration of the cabinet members, President Bola Tinubu did appoint Hadiza Usman as a SA who monitor all this project. But we've not really seen much of her. It's been 7 months of the administration in Sado, and we've not really seen her in action. What are we going to expect?
For me, I think that office is not an office that you can easily see what they are doing in the media.
But don't forget, we also have the coordinating minister of the economy,
definitely, Wale Edun. I think both of them will work together. You know, when I said timely, speedy release of funds fall into Edu office. Now, the evaluation of those concrete or capital project in the budget falls into Adiza office. Now, if money is not released on time, the MDAs and their chief executive will have excuses to give, and by the time Adiza write a report or put a report together, these are the excuses they will put before the president. So who is the president going to blame? Is it Adiza, or is the head of the agencies, or the Wale Edun? Then if you put it back to a Wale Edun will tell you that maybe the economy is not, the revenue generation is not helping, it's not working out. But we know that in this particular budget, the target is 18 trillion. 10 trillion is coming from tax. The 8 trillion is coming from government revenue, from a government-owned enterprise, some from loans and the rest of them. So by the time everybody is giving excuses, there's no way the capital expenditure, or what we call the monitoring of the budget, will work. But we just hope that all things being equal, things will work for the president, and the evaluation will not be a failure. Because for me, it is one of the best things that Tinubu have done in terms of this budgeting process. Because if there is no evaluation, if there is no monitoring, it will just be like yesteryears, or whereby we just continue to budget.
But however, just like what you said, putting pressure, the sharp practices may arise, and we also see a situation whereby because of this monitoring and evaluation stuff that is in place, we'll see MDAs also piling pressure on the minister of finance to release funds, and you know, sharp practices also arise from that.
I think what will happen is this: every agency should have their prioritized capital project. The ones that is very prioritized in terms of what will add to the economy should be the first line charge. You understand? First line charge should be the one they should put money first. But I know that in the past, and even currently, what most of these MDAs will tell you, they say continue, they will call it continuous project. That's why you see that in their project, in their budget outline, each MDA budget outline, there are projects that are continuous since 2015 that they are still paying for. Like the National Institute of Legislative Study, that project has been on since 1999, and they are still paying for it. They can come down and say it's still ongoing project, they want to pay balance to contractors and the rest of them. I think those are the ones they may want to quickly chip in. But there are other projects that are upcoming. I think those ones may not have the priority of putting too much money in them now. The one that have started 2-3 years ago, 4 years ago, let us complete it. I think that's why I mentioned privatization of their capital project. But if they are thinking of new project right now, I think that will take a backstage.
All right. Now, we want to go on a short break. When we come back, we are going to be looking at the budget holistically. Don't go away. Stay tuned.
Be part of our brand. Leadership for God and country.
Issue. And today we are looking at 28.75 trillion naira. What you need to know about Nigeria's 2024 budget. My name is Winifred Weber once again. Of course, I have with me in the studio a political economist, Adefolari Olamilekon. Thank you so much once again. And of course, Nigerians have been taking apart the 2024 Appropriation Act signed into law on Monday, January 1 by President Bola Tinubu. Nigerians there have been so many flags concerning the budget. Now we want to find out, as a political economist, how will you rate the budget as a whole? President Bola Tinubu dubbed it the renewed hope, budget of renewed hope.
Exactly.
How hopeful it is for Nigerians?
For me, we should just go memory lane and look at all the budgets we have been passing since 1990. Which of them has really affected Nigerians in a way?
Yes.
I have said on several forums that there are three categories of people that enjoy Nigerian national budget. There are three categories of people that enjoy budget at the subnational level, that's state government level, at local government level. The civil servants, the politicians, and government contractors. These are the three categories of people that enjoy government.
The politicians,
the civil servants, and the contractors. Well, what do I mean by that? Yes. One, the civil servant will definitely collect their salary.
Yes.
That's why you see that this particular...
And of course, even kickback.
Definitely to happen. That's why you see that the president is talking about a monitor and evaluation. What he's talking about is not the monitor and evaluation of recurrent expenditure. It's capital project.
Okay.
Because that's why we have issue. The recurrent expenditure, it is always 100% fulfillment. They've implemented full. But the recurrent capital project, it is never in fulfillment in terms of implementation. Then, when I said politicians, we know what happened when it comes to emulation, salaries, allowance of politicians, like National Assembly. You can see how it was captured. And you can see how well it was captured in terms of their allowances, in terms of what they call what we know before as constituency project. Now renamed as what they now rename it as service-wide vote. Many people don't know that service-wide vote is constituency project.
Okay, no wonder some reports say that there is no constituency.
It's there. It's 15 billion
this time around.
It's there. But you know how it will be spent is that money is there. Now that money will not be given to the National Assembly member. It will be in certain projects in the MDAs. But the National Assembly members who inserted it, they knew where the money is and they can follow it. That's how it is being done now. That's
they will follow the money.
They will follow the money as it is. Then the other aspect is the contractor. The people handling concrete projects for the government supply and contract work. And these are the people that enjoy Nigerian national budget. So if you now ask me, what about 2024 budget? How will it now translate, come down to the ordinary people? It can only come down to the ordinary people through what? Capital project. Road, water, electricity, and other infrastructure facilities that people can have access to. Market and rest of them. But the other side, that is it. You can't get it.
Okay. Now, in terms of trapping slush funds, is the federal government doing enough? Because there's been reports, of course, it's been reported of President why am I saying Buhari? President Bola Tinubu suspending the CEO of Nigerian Social Investment Program, and of course nominated an acting a CEO in acting capacity. But one begin to wonder how come 17 billion naira was transferred out in various accounts. So the federal government at the time is boasting that is complaining that it has no money, has slush funds somewhere that it wasn't aware of.
The issue is this: that money is meant for certain projects. That money is meant for certain activities of government, but it was not spent. It was nowhere. It was not.
My thought exactly. I think it came from last administration.
Exactly. You know, there's what we in our budgeting system. There are two major budgeting systems we have practiced in the past. We practiced open envelope and zero budgeting. The Buhari government, when they came to power, introduced the zero budgeting.
Yes, they
that means you must spend all that you have.
Okay.
Then the envelope system is that you must, if you don't, anything that you don't spend, don't return it. That is the envelope system. But the zero system means that anything that you spend, anything you budgeted for this year, spend it. If you did not spend it, return it. But the envelope system means that you can spend, but even if it remains, you keep it. That was what was happening during the PDP era. Now this envelope, this zero budgeting, I've now made some MDAs to understand how not to return money that they have not spent. But they will find one project to insert around it. And that's what we have. So the National Coordinator for National Social Investment Scheme is not the main agency. This is just
it's under the Ministry of Humanitarian.
It's just one. So the coordinator, national coordinator, for some time there are certain projects, especially the school feeding team. You know, I was telling some
Empower scheme. I think it was
under it. So those money that was supposed to be given to certain people have not been given to them, and that is why we have that slush kind of 17 billion kept somewhere. And because the government want to ask questions, they now started doing what?
Within a week,
distributing it all across. It is just not in that particular agency alone. It happens across government agencies. That's why we see some of them.
That's why I asked: does the government actually have the wherewithal to monitor these slush funds?
It can.
And mop them up. Why is it not mopping them up?
Sometimes, you know, it's complicit within the system. Just like I made mention of pressure from the political party. I knew what I'm saying when I say pressure from the political. All these things that we are talking about, these people that you are seeing this choice position are nominated and recruited through certain channels. And what is that channel? The channels of the political party. I don't know whether I get it. And through that channel of the political party, the people that are nominating them give them instruction on what to do and how to do it and get things done. This woman that we're talking about, by the time she begins to name people, to falls back to the political party that bring her up, which is
there are reports from EFCC that the director that helped in transferring, disbursing those funds, they are closing in on him.
Definitely.
And of course, that also brings us to the saying that behind every failed government is the civil servant.
Definitely, they are.
How
They
come
are.
the civil servants are complicit in all this, and what is can actually be done to curb their tendencies?
We can do a lot to curb their tendency in the sense that we have said in the past that EFCC and ICPC supposed to have desk office. Even if you don't want to have desk offices in those agencies, they should have an understanding of how the money given to these agencies are being used. Now, Accountant General is aware of those money. The Auditor General is aware of those money, but EFCC is not aware of those money.
But we had a situation whereby during the Buhari's administration, just before his exit, where the Accountant General was also complicit.
You know how it works is that how the web works is that the money has been given to an agency A. Now, the next agency that will be monitoring that money is the Auditor General. The Accountant General will only account for what is there, but the Auditor General will now indicate that this money was spent for this, for that, for that. You get it?
Now
the
next, it was released, but it
was not this. Now AFC will now come to check all the receipts of those money that Auditor General collected. You can see the process, but in our own climb, in our way, it doesn't work that way. Even when the Auditor General did some report and returned the report to National Assembly, which brought out the report whereby National Social Insurance Scheme, about 34 billion, and how much was eaten up by the voucher for those money was eaten up by termite. And you ask, how would termite eat up such voucher in their office? So by the time you look at it, and those are the vouchers that we will now use to trace how those money was spent. And with this now, Auditor General will just hand it over to EFCC, and EFCC or IFC, and they will look at it one after the other and trace whoever collected them. You can see the case of the contractor that ICPC or EFCC that discovered that the woman had 37 billion for a contract that she never handled. You can see how it
to one contractor.
To one contractor disbursing such amount. So if we bring those anti-graft agencies into how these agencies are spending their money, which will help us to limit. We may not totally eradicate it, but at least we will limit some of their actions on how they are spending the money or how they are looting the money away.
So in this 2024 budget, do you think Nigerians are going to get a better deal at the end of the day?
For me, the only way we can get a better deal from this particular budget is one, if all the ongoing road construction can be paid for and they can deliver it before the end of 2024. It will help access of transportation and road. Then the railway project that government is also handling. If you can also complete some long track, maybe from the Port Harcourt to Aba Port Harcourt rail track they are doing. Some transportation connected budgeting item in the budget, if they can be done this year, it will help us a lot. Then the aspect of our electricity, even though there's no money for Zambia power project, but other ones that could also help us to connect and reconnect all the electricity across the country to also go a long way. Because those are the areas that Nigerians will enjoy. It is not the salary of the workers, because the salary of the worker, although they will spend money in the market, buy this, buy that, but how much of that goes into the economy? But the one that will aid the economy is the infrastructure and capital project, which Nigeria will definitely benefit from.
Thank you so much. Now, just before we go, because time is running out against us, so the federal government or the lawmakers actually increased some benchmarks in the 2024 Appropriation Act. How positive are they?
The most dangerous one is the FX, which is 750 to 800.
Yes.
You know, the uncertainty around the FX market is where most of us are raised eyebrow and you take it to 800. The 800 for me is a buffer. The 15 naira they added to it is a buffer. But what the National Assembly will have done with that left it at 750. The reason why I said so that what they are supposed to do is the sabotaging element within our FX market. People are still getting dollar subsidized rate from the government, 750, and they are selling it 1,000. Now we now have the multiple FX market that the president said want to quench has returned. We now have the IIN window. We now have the NAFEM. I don't know whether you have heard of NAFEM. NAFEM is the National Autonomous Forex Market. Then we now have the parallel market. Then we now have the black market. They are all back. So if we don't tackle this sabotaging element, there's no way the dollar that's supposed to serve the economy.
But what happened to the federal government's unification window?
There is no law backing it up to strengthen it. You just say we unified it. Then everybody should go to IIN window and buy dollar. Then they will finish buying a subsidized way. Then everybody will come to the NAFEM, then take it to the parallel market and sell it. So there's no law that can say, okay, if you buy and sell.
Because there's no stringent law guiding it now. So what are you saying in effect that we are going to have at the end of the day? Still ballooning inflation?
It will because the thing is that the supply gap. Do you know what how much they borrowed to support the FX market in 2023? $1.7 billion was borrowed. CBN borrowed, NNPC borrowed, federal government borrowed, everybody borrowed. What are they? They were borrowing dollar. They were selling securities. DMO, the Debt Management Office, sold two sets of stream of security paper money that will expire. One will expire in 2030. The other one will expire in 2035. Now they have collected dollar from everybody across the world. They bring into the economy, then they push into window. Then some certain FX cowboys will go there and pick it as subsidized rate, go take it back, make more money on it, and it fizzles out. So until there is a law that will help us to strengthen our FX market in a way that people can be punished, sanctioned. If without that, there is no way. Although the president has said he's a free market economist, so this is the philosophy of free market that he's practicing. So you go, it is freely you enter, it is freely you go out. Whatever you can make, at the end of the day, whether it is the market end in bullish or the market end in bearish.
Yes. Now that the refineries are about to start working, clicking away, do you see at least the pressure on the dollars reducing?
For me, it is a knee-jerk approach in the sense that we still know that the price of crude is still priced in dollar.
Yes.
That's why we see that the price of gas cannot come down below 1,009. Okay, I think I bought it recently 950 for a cubic. Now, what we are trying to say is that the price of these products are still priced internationally, and a lot of time we have suggested that the government should see how it can stimulate some of these prices. That the dollarization of the economy through certain sector is not good. Certain sector enjoy dollarizing the economy by putting dollar price tag on certain activities and services and goods. In the maritime industry, I know you would have found out that most times most of the charges there are in dollar rate. The same thing in oil and gas sector. That's why we cannot really help matters by bringing it down, and it cannot really help matters by also because at the end of the day we have a cowboy of FX market actors that are waiting to swallow the dollar that the government will get.
Why is federal government not playing within the big stick to decipher who actually needs this forex?
It's going to be very difficult because at most times we discover that everybody say they are into business, and as what are you say, I'm importing machine, I'm importing equipment, I'm importing complementary product to produce certain goods, and you ask them every year, you're always asking for dollar to import machine and you are buying spare parts for your equipment. Where are they? Nobody is asking any question. And if you want another special thing that comes out with, all of them are seen a circle of elite in the Nigerian economy. So if you want to clamp on this one, they will use the media against the government will stop, pedal down, and they will come back. You can see what happened within 2 days now. Some people are agitating that price of PMS is supposed to be 1,200.
Yes, 1,200.
And ask me, why would the people be putting the word in the mouth of government? Although NNPC have responded and said that the particular media house that asked them, and they told the particular media house that for now subsidy is gone. So the magic word that government is using to suppress the price not to go up, everybody wants to know why.
It's still the subsidy, whether you like it or not. Remember in the first term of President Muhammad Buhari, he did say no, that subsidy was gone and what they were doing was under recovery.
Exactly.
After many years of trying to suppress it, they couldn't anymore. And the truth came out that they were actually paying subsidy.
And you know why?
Because everybody knows that by now price of fuel would have per liter would have increased by.
But the question people are not asking is that if we say subsidy, if we say subsidy has gone, and government we now say the government is paying subsidy, so who is government paying the subsidy to? Does it mean that government is paying the subsidy to himself or to certain?
Maybe to some of these marketers, oil marketers, because most of these oil marketers are actually not importing.
They are not importing for now because it is government NNPC that is doing importation. So does it mean that the government is now collecting the subsidy with one hand and doesn't want us to know that it's one collecting it? That's what's happening. That is
a question that is still begging for answer. Well, because you've had it all today, we've been talking about the 2024 budget, what you need to know. That has been the big issue on today's current affairs program, the big issue. And of course, I had with me in the studio political economist Adefolari Olamileko. It's always a pleasure to have you on the program.
Thanks for having me.
My name is Winifred Ugwebo. Until we come your way again, same time, same station. Here's wishing you a beautiful week ahead. See you then. Bye.
Thank you for watching. For sponsorship and advert placements, please contact 080-3688-6158. Last Word Leadership Podcast Studio.